Well, a couple of weeks ago, we had the chance to send a team on an encounter to Appalachia, which is along with one of our mission friends, it's Appalachia Service Project, and Eric has been going for a number of years now, and this is Eric and Nick. And Nick, this is your second year. And so they had the opportunity to go and serve and making homes warmer, safer, drier out in, just up north in Virginia, if I remember correctly, right? And so we had the opportunity, or we were going to have the opportunity to hear from them about this experience and what it was like, and hopefully share some light on what this trip is really like. And so, Nick, I know for you, you're a high school student. I would love for you to kind of talk a little bit about what it was like for you as a high schooler to be able to go and serve alongside everyone else who was with you on this trip.
Yeah, at first it was really nerve-wracking because I was kind of scared that I wasn't going to be like as involved since I was a high schooler and much younger than some of the guys and women on the trip. But over the last 2 years that I went, it felt like I was being more included, and like I was able to meet a lot of new people around in the church, and it was absolutely amazing to feel like I was at home with all of these people.
So when you're on this trip and doing the things that you're doing day after day, it's hard work, right? Can you share a little bit about what perspective change you might have had or lessons you might have learned while you were gone?
Yeah, for sure. One of the things I learned is that like living missionally doesn't just include just going on home visits or things like that I learned in Peru, but it's also manual labor. And from a young age, I was always thinking that living missionally was just going out and spreading the word of God and not just labor. And ASP was just a great opportunity to open my eyes and see that there's also a labor aspect to living missionally.
That's right. Eric, I know you've been going for a couple of years now, but with ASP, their big slogan or tagline is warmer, safer, drier. Can you talk a little bit about that, but also maybe what perspective you've gained over the last number of years when it comes to that?
Yeah, warmer, safer, drier, that's the main goal. But the one other thing that goes along with that is they accept people right where they are. So accepting people right where they are is exactly what God does with us. He accepts us where we are. And that means that ASP will go into somebody's home, and they'll evaluate the home, and they'll make the repairs. But it's independent upon whether or not you have your act together. And that's the way God works with us. All of us are just as flawed or imperfect as the people we go and serve. So the experiences in the houses that we work in, we see some of the same things. There's people that their house is in disrepair, they've lost their jobs, they've had illnesses that affect their ability to earn an income, they've had struggles with children, and victims of divorce and all kinds of issues, but we have those same issues. The one thing that kind of separates us from them is that we have the resources available to us because our wage is higher. We have insurance, we have a network of friends in our church and things like that help pick us up when we're down. And a lot of the folks that we go and help up in the mountains don't have those resources. Just an example, imagine living a family of 5, the house that we're working in. Their monthly income was $758 a month. Imagine how hard it would be to make a repair on your house with those limited resources. So that's part of it. The other aspect is the warmer, safer, drier. I was very task-oriented, and I was in the beginning. And I've realized and come to realize just how important the relationships are. Getting to know the families, getting to know the children, getting to know the circumstances, taking time to have a meal with them, sharing lunch with them, praying with them before you start, during the day, when you come back and leave that night, the next morning, including them, making them feel welcome. And those kind of interactions are huge in making those people feel loved and worthy. The other thing that is truly amazing, and I want to say thank you to the church, is the blankets and the jackets and the coats and the gift cards. Those make a huge difference in those people's lives. We took so many blankets and jackets up there that we shared them with 2 other churches that we're serving, and they were able to provide their families warmer, right, through coats and blankets. But also, at the house we were at, we had 2 little boys that were living there. They both got new jackets. The wife got a quilt that she was so proud of. I mean, she literally was walking around, grasping it, hugging it, couldn't wait to put it on the bed. The neighbor's kid was over playing, and he got a new jacket. So those kind of things are really, really important, and they impact more than, they make a difference, including warmer, safer, drier. The other thing I wanted to mention about Rising Church is multi-generational. The fact that we take a team that has high school students, college-age students, recently graduated college students, adults, and even old people like me that go and work together and interact. Nowhere else would Nick and I have ever met, right? My kids are even older than he is. So our paths wouldn't have crossed. We've worked together twice. So when I looked at the groups that we were working with this weekend, or this past encounter, there was a group of men that I would have been the youngest person on their team. And there was a group of women that had a few younger people, maybe in their 30s. But we had a team that was completely multi-generational. So after breakfast, we met up at a gas station and we're pumping gas. And the missions director at this other church started talking to me, and she was like, you know, you guys are amazing. How do you do it? What do you do? This and that. And I was explaining to her, it really isn't about the missions team. It's about the internal champions and how we've set up missions at our church. In that if somebody is passionate about something, they can bring it to our church, and if it gets approved as a mission partner, we have a person that leads that cause, and then the church gets behind it. And also that we spend a week, every week, we have a missions moment, and that keeps missions at the forefront of the congregation. And then also we are committed as a church to give a percentage of our income to missions. And when you combine all those things, passionate people, the resources, the time in front of the congregation to share like we're doing now, it builds a strong missions program. And so we're not only are we making a difference, warmer, safer, drier, we're impacting people's lives, we're growing the relationships within our own church. We're now possibly mentoring to other churches that are possibly looking at how can we do our missions better. And I think it's amazing. God is amazing.
Well, guys, thank you so much for sharing. I know that there's so many stories about this experience or encounter that you guys would have, and the various people that went on this trip as well. And so thank you for taking the time to do that, but also representing that team in front of the church body this morning, be able to share what you've learned and the experiences that you guys have had as well. So, church, would you guys thank these guys for coming this morning?